I think that would be awesome. I think there's a great story to be told there, and a lot of great gameplay probably around that. I think it's going to be Alex Frasiabi and Tom Chilton's call at the end of the day. So ask them the same question. I'd love to see it. I love that piece of history. I'd like to develop that story out in a book as well. Right. Well, we made a very conscious choice early on, and that was that we were going to make the filmic continuity its own continuity. So we have prime continuity, which is the game continuity, essentially. Everything you're reading about in the Chronicle. The filmic continuity is the film, the comic, the graphic novel that just came out, the novelization, and the Duratan book that Christy Golden just wrote. And if there are sequels and more movies, that is part of the continuity. But we translating an RTS developed in the early '90s was going to be very difficult to make it have a story that was accessible and translated to a 2-hour linear narrative medium. And so we consciously made the decision of, okay, let's take the spirit of those events, let's take let's take the character work of those events and the fundamental important stuff, and then allow ourselves some freedom to redefine it into the best filmic expression. We never bring characters back from the dead, so.
You already brought it back, to be honest.
So who knows? It's possible. I don't want to. Yeah. Yes. I have to be vague on that. There's going to be, yeah, there's going to be stuff that happens with those threads as we move forward.
All right.
That is about specific as I can get. But you will be seeing Colteris, you will be seeing Zandalari. I think it was Metzen, myself, and Alex at the time. I think we were really trying to look at what would be the most defining story for Illidan, and what would give us an opportunity to relook at the events of Burning Crusade through a new lens, to because we played that experience through the player as your player character, but in truth there was a lot more going on there. In truth, Illidan had a very different motivation than I think the players assumed at the time, and we wanted to kind of tell that side of the story in a way that, the thing I love about the book, if you finished it, it's Illidan had a noble purpose. He's just a bad dude in the way he handles his purpose, but he's got a very noble purpose. At the end of the day, he's trying to save the universe from something horrible. But the fun thing about that book is the players make the bad choice. The players killed him and stopped him from completing that noble purpose and defeating evil. So I think there's something fun there, that even the great heroes of Azeroth can sometimes have a misassumption and make the wrong choices. It's going. It's going. There much will. Look, the Titans are a massive factor of the lore of the foundational lore of World of Warcraft. So it will be evolving as we go from the next few expansions.
I suppose we will also get a bunch of more Titan lore there.
I hope so. I hope so, yeah. I worked on them all. I like them all. I think Harbingers is the most visually stunning of them all. I think the Gul'dan story in Harbingers that you may see is pretty powerful, and will shed a lot of light on a very important character, a very honest and like human, not or orc look. So I think we've hit our stride, and I think the easy thing is to say the most recent, but it's the most recent in my mind and what we've been working on for a while, and I think they're really, really stunning. So Harbingers, even though I think I love Lords of War, I think I think the Kilrog episode is hands down one of my favorite things we've ever done. So I actually can't make the announcement of what the next book is because usually the book publisher likes to do that. But I can say we have a really great talent attached to our next author. the next book we're doing will not be one-to-one connected with the next expansion. Instead, it'll be a great story in the Warcraft universe. So I can't talk too much more about that, but the announcement will be going out, I'm sure, in the next few months. But we have a really incredible fantasy author who hasn't written Warcraft before. And we have a really incredible take with the idea of what if we just use Azeroth as a great fantasy setting and tell really important stories in it.